Yesterday was the craziest shoot I have ever been to. There was so much happening at once, and being able to film it all was very hard. Let me talk you through what exactly happened. Yesterday begins 2 days before. I was with Raza and Gomez. I was there filming some content for his personal page. And Raza was like to me, you know, on Sunday, are you free by any chance? We've got a big grand opening coming up. I want you to come and film the whole thing and do a little promo video for them. And I was like, sure, why not? And so Sunday came round, I rocked up to the shoot, and right off the bat, I see this big queue out the front. And in my head I'm thinking, damn, how the hell am I gonna get in, first of all? And second of all, I'll be honest, there's like a kind of rough idea in my mind of what I was gonna film, but it's like I still needed to form the idea. So I had to think about how I was gonna film the promo video, and how I was gonna balance Raza's personal brand content on top of that, and on top of that, how I was gonna film the clips that you're seeing on screen right now. There was 3 things for me to think about at once, and so it was a bit of a headache, but alhamdulillah we got through it. So yep, I get there, I get past the crowd, I greet Raza, I greet the owners of the restaurant, the staff and whatnot, and I set up this camera, I put it in like a corner somewhere, and then I have to set up my big... Let me wait a second. I have to set up this chunky monkey right here. I have to film with this. I set that stuff up, and I don't know what it was. You know, I set up the cameras, I set up everything. Everything is good to go. Everything seemed to be fine at the start, but then the crowd started getting bigger. The queue stretched on until the entire street, and especially around the front, it was chaos. Complete and utter chaos. Like, I remember there being a point where people started barging and pushing, and they were struggling for space, so they had to stay in one location. And I remember being inside the shop, kind of like what you're seeing now, and seeing there be a big commotion outside. People go like, whoa, all that stuff, yeah. And so naturally, me and Raza, we go out to look. We're like, Raza's like, wait, what's happening? Yeah, I'm like, well, let's go check out some personal brand content, right? So we go out, and we see there's a bunch of people being pushed and stuff. And then we get Zayn, the owner. Zayn, the owner, he comes on, he goes to the front, and he's like, hey, what the hell are you guys doing? Or, you know, something like that. Like, he was so angry. Raza had to step in, some of the other staff had to step in, and they had to tell the people, like, today is about good food, guys. If you guys are gonna push in, you have to leave. They didn't say it like this, they obviously said it in a way more aggressive, harsher manner. But that's kind of the general gist of it. Eventually the queue did die down a bit, but it got to a point where they had to close the shutters, and so in order to let people in one at a time, so that it could be like, you know, so that people could come in and it not be jam-packed. So like, imagine this, right? Imagine you're outside a burger shop and the shutters are all the way down. There's a massive queue around you, it's crowded, right? And it's like a mosh pit. You get no space to breathe, no space to move. And the owners are literally telling you to come in, you have to go under the shutters, and they're gonna handpick you. That's exactly what happened. And it was like that for the first 100 burgers. It was chaos. But you know what? The hostileness, it kind of did die down. Eventually, we did get some pretty good shots. Some of the shots were meh, but others really captured what the whole vibe was. It was... what a shoot it was. It's definitely the first shoot I've ever been to like this. I mean, around the end, you know, the queue wasn't as big. It didn't stretch on until the entire street. But it was still busy nonetheless. And it was definitely an experience. You know, normally when I'm rocking up to shoots, it's like, it's kind of chill. I can kind of take my time. You know, the owners, they give me importance because I've got camera and stuff. But right here, right now, there was no importance given like that. I had to work around the clock. I had to work in a very small space as well, as in the kitchen, as you can see. Like, it was, I've never had to work under that kind of pressure before. But the thing is, it wasn't even pressure for me because I don't feel the pressure. That is very cringy. But I could handle it. I could handle it. Feels pretty good. Anyway, if you've been watching until this part, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.